Nicole, do we have more text coming in?
Yeah, we do. For our panelists, do you think poly is particularly challenging for some sexual orientations over others? Personally, I find this hard with heterosexual women and men in comparison to what I see from LGBTQ groups.
I'm not even going to touch
that.
That's big.
I don't. Research doesn't. What I'll say is there's a myth that polyamory is harder than monogamy, and that's not the case. And I will say that, like, non-monogamous or forms of relating are more normative in different cultures. So yeah, it's going to be harder for some because that normative expectation isn't there. But I think it all comes down to that fact that learning how to communicate, especially around jealousy and navigating that jealousy is a common feeling, and how you do repairs around that. Poly gets to work in any kind of coupling.
Yeah, I think there might be this thought that it's, and I think there's a lot of, what's the word? Not untruths. I can't think of the word that I want to say, but around what heteronormativity is, or heterosexuality and monogamy, and what are all of those things. And really, I mean, I'm not a monogamous person. I've tried it for a really long time. I suck at it. I'm not good at it, but I know people who are amazing at it. And I think there is such thing as good monogamy, and there's toxic monogamy and monogamy that's not great. A lot of people are practicing toxic monogamy. Let's be real. That's the problem, is that there's not a lot of healthy relationships happening. So when people see a different relationship type, that if you are doing it in an ethical way, has to be done with so much conversation and time and talking, it's like, oh, this is better. And it's like, no, because good monogamy needs to involve, like, good monogamous people could also benefit from the Google Calendar. Let's just be real. Google Calendars are amazing, keeping everybody's schedule. But that, I think that's the thing. It's like what you're taught is how relationships are supposed to work are usually shitty and not great and need to be broken out of. And it doesn't mean you need to be polyamorous. It just means you need to start talking to each other more, which once everybody goes to therapy, that's what they get told. And they're like, yeah, you need to have a conversation. It's like, what? I have to talk to my partner? So I think there's just this misconception that it's so hard for maybe straight folks, because I think people think everybody who's queer is polyamorous, which is not true. There's so many people who are practicing monogamy in the LGBT community. But even that, you have to talk. There's a lot of conversation when you're not the normative, right? Like in anything where you're not the normative, you're not the baseline, there's always going to be conversations and things. And I think that cis straight folks just need to learn how to talk about things more, and they too can have easier relationships.
Again, pick up Stella Harris's book, Tongue Tied.